In honor of Yutes Kislev, and particularly this year, the year 200 from the Alter Rebbe, it would be very appropriate to take a closer look at the Sefer Tanya, to really get the most out of it, the way it's meant to be studied. Now, the whole Tanya is based on a question. The Alter Rebbe asks, Torah says that every Jew naturally loves God, but our experience is not like that. It doesn't seem natural at all to love God. It's natural to love ourselves. Now, this question itself, before we even get to the answer, is instructive. First of all, it tells us that we have to understand. It's not called learning if you take what is said on faith. So certainly what Torah says is emes, it's true. So if Torah says that you love God, then you probably love God. That's not called learning. That's not called understanding. If you see in your experience that you don't love God, then you have a question, and you have to answer it. And number two, it shows that everything in Torah has to be true in the physical, in our world, on our level. And if it's not, then it's our job to bring it down and to reveal it, to be megala, the truth of Torah in this world. Okay, so go back to the question. Torah says that it is natural to love every Jew. We see that it's not. So where might the problem be? One of two things. Either the problem is with us, or the problem is with God. We love God naturally. But if we see that we don't, so either there's something wrong with me, I'm supposed to have a love of God in my heart and I don't. Maybe I don't have a heart. Maybe that's the problem. Or the problem might be with God. Maybe what I think God is not lovable. And that image of God is not what the Torah is talking about. Torah is talking about who God really is. So what is it? Are we not aware of our own feelings? Are we out of touch with our own heart? Or do we have the wrong concept of God? It's got to be one of the two. Turns out that the Alter Rebbe answers and explains both in the Tanya. So basically you could say that Tanya is made up of two parts. One is to introduce you to yourself, to tell you what a Jew is that you never realized, how godly a godly soul is, and how godly a Jew is. And then the second thing, Tanya introduces you to the Eibishter, introduces you to God in a way that you never thought before, so that you know God, and when you know Him, you love Him because He is lovable. So Tanya basically introduces you to the godliness in you and to the lovable side of God. If you have those two things, then yes, naturally you will and you do love God. So in honor of the 200th year, we have a set of tapes called Tanya 200 that summarizes each chapter of Tanya with some insight as to what exactly that Perek is telling us. Every chapter of Tanya is dramatic, it's revolutionary, it's changed the world, and if we study it and understand it and can share it with others, then we can fix the world and bring some real meaning and real holiness, godliness into the world to make the world ready for Mashiach.